Alright guys, let's talk a little bit about something I call my trading checklist. So, why is this little checklist so important? Let's start with that. As a general statement guys, at least from my point of view, the best trades come when the overall market, the sector that the given stock you're looking at is in, as well as the other leading names in that particular sector are all lined up. For me, in my trading every single day, I take what I call a bird's eye view of the market to enable me to put on positions when everything is aligned. I kind of call it having the wind at my back. Here's a good example of kind of the bird's eye view I have. This is my TradeStation setup. When I'm looking at technology stocks, I've got the S&P 500, I've got the technology specific sector ETF, and then I got a few leading names in this group. What this allows me to do guys, and you can throw on Google, Facebook, whatever it may be, but what this allows me to do is see the bigger picture of what's happening across the board rather than focusing on just one stock. One major mistake I think most traders make is that they enter the day, they enter the session with one stock on their watch list, and that's the only chart that they're gonna have open. Just that one stock, and here's why that's not exactly ideal. In the market guys, it's like a big pack of wolves. The market, sectors, and stocks within a given sector tend to move like a pack of wolves. Real quick, take a look here at the daily chart. It's not a coincidence that Facebook has fallen over the past few weeks, and Netflix, and Google, and Amazon, and Nvidia, and so on and so on. It's not a coincidence. The reason everything is getting sold off is that the pack, the wolf pack itself, the whole market is fading, and everything trickles down from there. So I think it's a huge mistake to enter the day looking at just one chart of one stock only, because you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're looking at one wolf rather than the whole pack. For those of you who watch nature documentaries, that stubborn wolf who tends to stray away from the pack, he usually ends up dead. So a good example of how this little trading checklist I'm going to show you guys can save your ass was this morning. Again, I prepare early every morning. One of the setups on today's watch list was Apple looking for a potential breakout above this level of resistance here on the hourly chart. Take a look real quick, and we were just looking at this level here after hours last night, and it's just a clear level of resistance over the past few weeks for Apple. So today's game plan, one of the potential trades that we put together in the Focus Trades group, was a potential breakout of this resistance for Apple. Here's the thing, and here's where most traders go wrong. They stare at nothing but the chart of the stock they want to trade. Well, things could have really gotten ugly for you in Apple this morning if you took that approach. Again, here's how most people come into the day. They got a bias on Apple, they've got some sort of game plan in place for Apple, they're focusing on Apple. Apple is one name in our massive market. At the open this morning, things were looking good guys, and we actually broke above that level of resistance. That's the move we were looking for. That was, a few pages back, that's what was in today's game plan. We're looking for a breakout on Apple above the hourly chart. Looking for a breakout on the hourly chart for Apple. Your typical trader this morning is going to see that move. That's what they've been waiting for, and boom, they jump in without any second thought, and now they're in Apple. But when you take that approach guys and you stare at just that one chart, you're leaving a lot of things to mystery. This little trading checklist is going to ensure that regardless of the specific stock or setup, you're putting your capital to work when all things are aligned in your favor. So let's take a quick look at the trading checklist. Puppies are a lot of work. And here's our trading checklist guys. This is attached to the email. You can print it out, and you're going to want to delete all of the text in red. 3 simple questions to ask yourself before taking any trade that is going to allow you to avoid the false moves and allow you to participate in the real meaty moves that you want to put your hard-earned capital into. The first question is the overall market supportive of this trade? Overall market meaning S&P 500 and the Qs. That's my idea of, the overall market. Well, let's say you guys are sitting in my office, right by my side today. We got the breakout on Apple. Things are looking good, but I always go through the checklist. So question number 1, was the overall market supportive of this trade? We're looking to go long a market-leading stock, a technology stock. Let's make sure the market is supportive of us going long. Well, by taking this bird's eye view here this morning, guys, when Apple was kind of powering forward here at the open, the S&P 500 wasn't looking that hot. The market was not strong. The market was not trading higher on big volume. We weren't seeing some big rush of buyers returning to the market. And then looking at the Qs right here at the open this morning, guys, same thing. It wasn't just this huge rush of capital, true institutional buying power returning to the market. If I'm going to buy Apple or I'm going to go long any stock, I want wind coming at the overall market itself. Us smaller retail traders, we're at the mercy of what the institutions do. I need the institutions to plow some money into the market for my Apple trade to work. So the answer to question number 1 this morning was no. The market was not strong. We weren't in the green. There wasn't lots of cash and volume flowing in. There really wasn't much wind at my back from the overall market perspective to go long Apple on this move this morning. So the first question was a no, which usually means that trade's a no-go for me. Second question, is the sector this stock belongs to supportive of this trade? Apple is a technology stock that belongs to the technology sector. Ticker for technology is XLK. Same thing again, guys. This morning, we just weren't seeing what you want to see. If I'm going long a technology stock, I want to see XLK just lighten up like a Christmas tree. Strong move from the open, nice buying volume coming in, a true move of big capital to technology. Well, I'm thinking about buying Apple on this move higher here this morning. Not only was the overall market kind of iffy, so was the technology group as a whole. So question number 2 on my trading checklist, is that given sector supportive of this trade? The answer was no on that one. So at this point, guys, I got 2 no's. 99.98% of the time, I'm not taking that trade. The last thing I want to look at, just to kind of confirm what I'm seeing based upon the first 2 questions, is how are the leading names in that given sector performing at the moment? In technology, other leading names, you got Amazon, Facebook, Google, Nvidia, things of that nature. Here's why I love the bird's eye view, guys. Looking at a few charts at once, it takes seconds to see what we're looking for here. I'm thinking about buying Apple this morning as Amazon is pulling back at the open. I'm thinking about buying Apple, a technology stock, as Facebook is pulling back at the open. Take a look at Google. What was Google doing this morning? Pulling back. What was Nvidia doing this morning? Pulling back. The answer to question number 3, are the other leading names in this group supportive of me going long? The answer was no. With this bird's eye view, with having a few key charts open, the market itself, the sector, and the leaders in that particular sector, I'm able to sit back in a matter of seconds say, this trade ain't the one. Today in Apple, despite it breaking above the level that we identified early this morning, I did not have the confirmation of the overall market. I did not have the confirmation from the sector itself, and all the other leading names in that group were headed down. I don't care how good Apple is looking, the lone wolf ends up dying in the woods. Apple, for a few minutes this morning, was a lone wolf. My little trading checklist helped me say, not today for Apple, and I was able to avoid this nasty move to the downside. And look at a 5-minute chart of Apple. Without my trading checklist today, guys, here's the ride I would have likely taken. nice continued pullback against you. So a very simple little practice, a very simple way to look at the markets. However, it keeps us in tuned and aligned with the driving force behind what we need to survive. We're small fish in a very big pond. We don't have enough capital to buy enough Apple to make the price go higher ourselves. With that being said, we make money in Apple or in any stock when the big boys are planting their money in that given name. To have the odds stacked in your favor for any trade, first check for a confirmation of the market. If you're looking to go long, you want to see a strong overall market. If you're looking to go short, you want to see the opposite. You want to see a weak market, the overall market breaking down. If you're looking at a financial stock, whatever the stock may be, go find that specific sector and look for that same confirmation there. You going long? Is there strength here? You going short? Is there weakness here? And then the last little thing on that list, guys, is how are the other names looking? If I want to go short Goldman Sachs, well, I want to see a weak market. I want to see weakness in the financial sector specifically. And just to give me that cherry on top, again, I want to go short Goldman. I want to see Bank of America, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, all the other leaders in that group taking some damage and having some weakness as well. That's the wind at your back. The reason a lot of traders are getting destroyed over the past few weeks is that they're trying to catch bounces and go long all of these technology stocks. Here's the thing, guys. Why are you trying to go long Netflix over the past few days? We'll take a look here at Netflix chart. Big picture confirmation. Is the market been supportive of us going long Netflix? Absolutely not. The market's a mess. Look at, technology. Technology's a mess. Look at other leading names. Amazon, Nvidia, Google. You guys get the point. The pack of wolves has been traveling to the downside as of late. Most traders who don't accept the bigger picture and follow the money, like I teach over at Focus Trades, they're trading lone wolves. And it's a good way to take some serious damage pretty quickly. So hopefully this makes sense for you guys. I hope you find it helpful. Print out that trading checklist, keep it by your side, and start asking yourself those 3 questions before any trade. And I really do think you'll start to find yourself avoiding kind of, stupid, senseless moves like Apple this morning, and really putting yourself in a position to catch those true moves that have that gust of wind at your back. So this is T from Focus Trades, guys. I hope this helped, and I'll talk to y'all soon.